Right. We're just shouting at the band. Look at me. Shut up, you lot. Welcome back to Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bennett alongside. In a moment, we'll say hello to a bit of a superstar. But first, the answer to the question. Only 2 players have scored at least 20 Premier League goals in 5 consecutive seasons. Bentley had a guess with Harry Kane. Then you went, who'd you go next?
Shearer.
You got both of them wrong.
Well, I'm going to go Thierry.
Oh, yeah. And who else are you going to go for?
Sergio.
Oh, yeah. He's written down in front of you. Well done, D. Right. The moment has come. We're joined in the studio for the next hour by this pop superstar.
16 UK #1 albums, 14 #1 singles, 18 Brit Awards.
She offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. I just wanna feel real love.
Hello, sir. Remember me?
I don't wanna rock, DJ. Let me entertain you. I just wanna be alright, yeah.
Most #1 solo albums in UK chart history. 75 million record sales worldwide. It's time for Robbie Williams. Let Drive entertain you.
Yes, we're delighted to be joined by the best-selling British solo artist of all time, a powerhouse with a staggering 16 #1 albums, 14 #1 singles, and a record-breaking 18 Brit Awards to his name. The one and only, the incredible Robbie Williams is here.
Good afternoon, everybody. To answer your question about pop superstar Robbie Williams, did you ever get bored of it? I mean, it's great when you go to work, but it'd be weird at Gales, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like pop superstar Robbie Williams. Would
On
you
the
like,
cup.
Yeah,
Cup.
And what's your name? Oh, it's pop superstar Robbie Williams. Yeah, no, I quite. It's nice at work, but and then also because I'm sensitive and insecure. It's like when I see something or a headline or whatever, A-lister Robbie Williams, and oh, is that where I still am? I think the sort of whatever comes before your name tells you where you are in your career. Yeah. So that I'm still A-listed in places, which is nice. So talking about A-listers or pop superstar, when you stop playing football. Mm-hmm. Because football gives you everything and it tells you who you are and it gives you an identity. As soon as you stopped playing, did your identity leave you? Were you worried about that and did it affect you?
Do you know what it was? There was a moment where you're almost like, what am I now?
Yeah.
I've had this conversation before because when you're playing, you're scoring goals, everyone goes, oh, anyway, he scores goals.
Yeah.
And then when it kind of stops, you do kind of find yourself going, so what am I now? But to be fair, and I have to thank talkSPORT for this, they gave me a new identity by giving me an opportunity on this station. Okay. So if I didn't have that, then I might be now scratching around thinking, what am I doing now?
Let me ask you this. So for that period of time when you stopped playing and stopped scoring goals, worked for talkSPORT, how long was that? What was the interim period?
I started coming in here while I was still playing.
Wow. So you just flip-flopped and went straight in? Because I'm wondering...
Bob. We've come to talk about you.
Forget about me. Listen, mate, I'm on talkSPORT. This is my favourite show, and I'm auditioning for your role when you get moved to breakfast. This is me, Robbie Williams, asking about sports questions, in-depth sports questions. So, So, but do you, when you see other players, is there an ego death with some of them? Do some people spin, spiral, worry?
Yeah, there'd be quite a few, but I think a lot of it depends on, you've got to have purpose once you finish playing football. I think if there's a transition period where there's nothing in between and you think you're going to play golf, that's when people start to spiral.
But do you think that even if they get sort of like coaches' roles and stuff, they're like, do they feel I'm just a coach now?
Do you know, I don't think they do, but because there's so fewer coaching roles, I think there's so many footballers. I mean, we had Sidders come on, Steve Sidwell, before, and he spoke about imposter syndrome. Like, he doesn't know what he is.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's doing great in the media, by the way. He's fantastic. But there's a lot of players out there now that are still scratching around and they've been retired 3-4 years. So what are they?
Another question, like sorry, Andy.
Okay.
So you're doing breakfast. I'm doing
Can I
afternoons.
say, I still get paid exactly the same.
Okay.
Right? It makes no difference to me.
Well, here's the thing. I've always thought that a lot of professional footballers, like 99% of their career, is based around fear of losing their place, fear of being replaced, fear of not being good enough. So when you stop playing football, did you notice the fear leave? Am I right in my summation that there was fear all the way through your career? And then did you get a new fear by your new role that you've got now?
Do you know what? When I retired, I knew I was done because I fell out of love with it. That's when I knew I was done. But there was fear when I first started presenting, not sitting in the chair sitting now, but obviously the boot room, big show, as you well know.
Hand after one series.
Yeah. I was nervous. But when I had to start presenting like he does now, oh my goodness. The fear I used to tell you, before my show, I had to go over the other side of the building and like walk around for about 10 minutes.
Let me turn it onto you, right?
Okay.
I want to turn it onto you.
But look, everybody knows me. I've had documentaries and films and...
Listen, they're going to find...
It was a boy band, then I left, and I did loads of drugs and drink, and I got sad. And then, I got all these things, but I'm not very happy. And then I fell out with Oasis, and I got beef with them, and it carries on to the day. And what else? That's about it. I've got loads of awards, and I've got 16 #1 albums. We're good.
Right. Let me ask you about you, right? Because you're talking about Betty about imposter syndrome.
Okay.
Now, you've just got your 16th #1 album.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you pretty well, right?
Yeah.
But you've always had that sort of self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have it now? I mean, this album's come out, it's got to #1, and officially you've got more #1 albums than the Beatles, which is obscene, right? For anyone, I mean, you talked about the greatest group possibly on the planet ever, and now you've been more successful than them. Do you still have self-doubt?
Well, what I've managed to do with my career is stretch an elastic band from Stoke-on-Trent to the moon, and then when something happens like it does at the weekend when I get 16 #1s, the most #1 albums anybody's ever had, I feel as though that band is stretched even further to Venus. And I also think that simulation theory might be a thing where actually I'm breaking the matrix and I'm in a room in a cloud with a controller bestowing incredible things to somebody that should actually be stacking shelves at Asda. That's what it feels. It feels
Why do you have that still?
Well, because, it doesn't matter now. I don't have imposter syndrome because I've got kids and mouth to feed and a wife and a lifestyle to uphold and give them a better start than I've had. So I don't even think about imposter syndrome. But let's face it. I've managed to do everything that I've done with a wink and a smile and audacity. I'm not a George Michael. I'm not a Prince. I'm not a Michael Jackson. I'm just an everyman from Stoke-on-Trent that bought a ticket to the ride, and then the ride didn't stop. And all I've done is get in a car and turn up. I've written melodies, I've written lyrics, and I've filled a spot when I get on stage. When I get on stage, these stadiums are massive. I've got to fill that spot somehow. And I fanny about, and they put my face on the posters, and they still turn up. And all I've ever done is fanny about and apply myself. And that's it. So if you're talking about, do I have self-doubt? Yeah, but my self-doubt now is, am I being a good enough husband? Am I being a good enough father? It's not sort of career-wise, I've got a wonderful set of people that come and buy tickets and come to my show and shower me with love. I'm good there. Self-doubt would be doing this interview now, being on my...
Do you feel at ease now?
Kind of. I'm getting there.
What level are you at? If 10 is completely out of your comfort zone, where are you at now?
I am about a 6, and the levels will go up and down during this hour. But so there will be, like on the way here, I was like, okay, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to get amped up and excited and overstimulated because you're with your mates and you're on your favourite show. What you're going to do is be calm, be statesmanlike. It's all good. We've got this. So I suppose that in a way that is being insecure and having self-doubt, but I'm a journalist and my main subject is me, and I am reporting live from the scene all of the time.
Great way of saying it. Right, listen, we've got you for an hour. I have the feeling it's going to fly by.
Yeah.
You very kindly agreed to do 3 songs for us. You're going to do one in just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Just tell us what song you're doing for us now.
I'm doing a brand new song from my album Britpop, and it's called All My Life.
Okay. I've seen you many a time in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You're performing in front of 2.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad for you, sat there looking at me and Bentley?
Well, here's the thing. When I do TV or when I do radio, I'm loving speaking to you, and whoever
Yeah.
I'm speaking to, I'm having a good time, but I'm constantly thinking about the people that are listening at home or watching on TV. Because, like, when I used to do Top of the Pops, I used to look down the barrel of the camera all of the time because there was 60 people in the studio, but there's 7 million people at home.
Okay.
So when I'm about to sing this now, I'll be thinking about the 26 million people listening to your
It's
show.
not gone down. It's gone up. Okay, well, if you want to make your way to the,
Yeah.
I've named it the performance area.
Yeah.
If you take your headphones off, that'd be cool. Robbie Williams. By the way, I should suggest that if you've got the opportunity to watch this on your smart TV or on YouTube, now is the time to turn it on. Before you start, Rob, you've got 3 members of your band here. Do you want to just introduce them?
This is Owen.
Hello, Owen.
This is Gary.
Hello there.
And this is Carl.
Okay. And this is Robbie Williams with his brand new track, All My Life, from his wonderful new #1 album, Britpop.
I'm under rehearsed, by the way, so good luck, mate.
A wise man once said, use your delusions. I'd like to point out that man was me. My life is based on a true story, one of dreams, chaos and audacity. So go ahead and have an intervention. Try to put me in a place I don't belong. You tell me I'm addicted to the lie. Maybe I'm not wrong, but all my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. My oh my, if I can't be who I am, then man I'd rather die. And I'm alright, even if it's just another beautiful lie. Baby, I've been crazy all my. The only thing I'd miss is misbehaving. I've made friends with knowing that I'm strange, masochistic, but I'm always entertaining. And I know I'll die, but I'll never leave the stage. So go ahead, let's have an intervention. Try to put me in a place I don't belong. You tell me I'm addicted to the lie. And maybe I'm not wrong, but all my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. My oh my, if I can't be who I am, then man I'd rather die. And I'm alright, even if it's just another beautiful lie. Baby, I've been crazy all my life. I rise like lions in the night. You need to run, but I'll stay on fight. I am the darkness and the light, the light, the light, the light. All my life I've been chasing visions at the edge of my mind. My oh my, if I can't be who I am, then I another beautiful life. Baby, I've been crazy all my life.
You're listening to Drive Live on talkSPORT. More from the superstar. It is Robbie Williams right after this.
What have we got this morning? I'm hearing that Crystal Palace are prepared to throw some money around, right?
Yeah, they've thrown money around already in this transfer window. It was a club record deal that took Brennan Johnson from Tottenham to Crystal Palace. Now it looks like they're going to smash that transfer record again. Wolves still waiting for the formal written offer, but we can report an agreement in principle between Crystal Palace and Wolverhampton Wanderers for their one-to-way striker, Jurgen Strand-Larsen. I'm told that offer, when it does come in, will be £45 million plus £5 million in add-on. So a £50 million deal for a player I know that Simon Jordan doesn't rate particularly highly.
Neither do you, do you?
£50 million player.
Right? It's called an opinion. I was prepared to pay £5 million for Eddie Akinbaye. What does that say about me? If you go back 20 years and look at the comparative scale, they're probably in the sort of ballpark of money.
You're being harsh on this lad.
I think he's useless. I do, but that's just my personal opinion. If Palace don't think he is, then I'll be happy to be proven wrong. I'll be happy for him to go and make a big deal of scoring lots of goals for Palace and making me look a fool. I'll be happy to be on the receiving end of that. Listen, if they've sold Gehi, which has funded the transfer of Brennan Johnson, because they've probably got Man City to pay all up and pay for Brennan Johnson on the drip. They might do the same here. Yeah. They sell Mateta. So what? I mean, look. I'm not. Do you like him as a player, Alex?
Well, Alex, I was about to say, Alex. I mean, you work in games live for talkSPORT, and no doubt have seen Strand-Larsen live on a few occasions while Simon's been trolling around Legoland. What do you see in this player?
I thought he looked a handful last season. Obviously, that prompted interest from Newcastle in the summer, but he's not been able to replicate that this season. I remember speaking to Sean Derry, actually former Wolves coach at Arsenal. I think it was the first day of last season, and said, "What's this boy all about?" And he said, "You know what? In training, he looks the real deal. He could well be someone who scores goals regularly in the Premier League." So I'll reserve judgment. I still think they should have taken the money, Wolves, when Newcastle offered it last summer.
Well, Matt, drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and of course Robbie Williams is here. Still to come, we'll have more live music from Bob. Just quickly, the Senegal manager has been banned for 5 games after the chaotic scenes during the 2025 Africa World Cup of Nations final. That was against Morocco. And Palace have agreed a deal now in principle worth around £50 million to sign Wolves striker Strand-Larsen. Robbie Williams is still here. How was that for you?
That was fun.
It sounded, I'm not just saying this because but it sounded mind blowing.
Great, good. Oh, just, concerning that I hit all the notes and stuff, and I seem to have done. But I am dramatically under-rehearsed. I quite like it that way. Cause
It's nice.
There's an energy of if you don't know what you're doing.
You stood up at the end there.
Yeah, because I stood up at the end there to get some notes that I
Okay.
wasn't sure that I was going to get the notes of.
All right.
There's some big notes to be sat down.
Well, when they told me you were singing that, I was a little bit like, oh, wow, this is going to be
It's a big sing.
great.
I think I managed it.
It's a great sing. Good, and the album's fantastic. Hence, it going to number one. We'll talk music in a bit.
Yeah.
But should we talk a bit of football? Because we saw you in Washington at the World Cup draw. We're just a few months away now from the tournament. Firstly, did you enjoy your part of that World Cup draw? From our perspective, the draw itself was a little bit chaotic.
How long was it?
Very long, a bit chaotic, and it just seemed that no one really knew what was going on.
See, look, I'm incredibly honoured to be there at 51, and they're still asking me to do things like that. I think that it's very difficult to do anything like award shows in general because, and what would you call that show? Would you call it
I don't know, a warm up to the World Cup?
Yeah,
It's like
World
Cup draw.
okay, so it's like that, or it's like the Brits, or it's like the BAFTAs. You are performing to an audience of people that know the magic doesn't exist, so they're not going to play along and do audience participation.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Brits, same thing with the BAFTAs, same thing with the Oscars. So if you're going to try and do banter, it's going to fall on deaf ears. And I always feel for people that are presenting those kind of things because it's the toughest thing to present. It's not like this where you're having banter with your mates. You sat deaf ears. And I always feel for people that are presenting those kind of things because it's the toughest thing to present. It's not like this where you're having banter with your mates. You sat there or stood there trying to do a gag and Roberto Carlos is going, hey?
It's not going to work. You must have met some big name players behind the scenes. I saw your little chat with Rio. Obviously, he was presenting it.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit starstruck by these? Because obviously you love football, and we'll get to soccer in a moment. But you've had some big names there. Do you see someone across the hallway?
Well, I'm always flabbergasted that a lot of players are from my age range and below, people that are still playing, eyes light up when they see me like I'm seeing them.
Yeah.
And I'm always there was like Roberto Carlos, R9 comes over to say hello to me, and it just feels it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's really, really lovely because you've just loved this game all your life and it's given you so much. And then when these players come over and their eyes light up, it's like the game's loving me back. That's the only way.
What was he like, R9? Because we were desperate to meet him over when we.
No,
were
he
over there.
was.
So was you.
I mean, I'll give or take. It's not.
R9 is humble, cool, calm, collected, nice guy.
Oh, I wish we'd have met him.
Don't say. Have you met Dean? Oh, of course you have. Ronaldinho with Soccer Aid, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's his idol.
Yeah. But most footballers, they get a very bad rep, especially the 90s footballers. Back in the day, I'm not so sure that it's the same now. But most footballers I meet are just humble lads from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And they just, feel lucky themselves to be where they are too.
You hung out with the England squad at the World Cup, right?
Oh, mate. Yeah. I played Villagers and Wolves or Traitors. I played that game with the England.
What do you call it?
I called it Villagers and Wolves.
Okay.
Have you played the
I've
game?
heard that before.
No.
Okay, or Villagers
played it
or
with your
Vampire
kids, right?
or Mafia or whatever
yeah.
it is. And I played the game and it came down to me choosing between Saka and Kane for who was the, traitor, basically. And I was going to choose Kane. And I'll tell the squad now. I looked at Trent Alexander-Arnold and he just went...
He cheated.
Yeah, and I'm so glad he did because I went with Harry Kane and then the whole England squad jumped on me like we'd scored a goal and it was the best moment of my life.
Wow. How did that come about? How did you get to join up with them?
I was in Qatar doing a gig.
Yeah.
And was that through you, Carl? How did that come about?
I think somebody texted you from the club and said, from the team and said, would you come down?
Yeah.
And we went down and played some songs.
Yeah. And I made the mistake. I thought, I know what they're like. So I did Angels, I did Feel, and I said that I thought to myself, they'll really like It's Coming Home. No.
Did you
That
actually do
was
that?
yeah. Just
I told Benty a stat about he's coming home, and I thought it would blow his mind, and he was like a
No,
bit nonchalant.
it was
about
maths. That was it.
You know when the song was released,
Yeah.
and it was like 30 years, and it was like 30 years before that was when we won the World Cup.
yeah.
The gap between when that song came out and now is the same gap.
I think that song is now that's incredible.
That's nuts,
But I
right?
think that song is now an albatross around everybody's
Yeah, of
neck,
course.
including because it winds up the other countries. I know it does because I've got friends that play international football and they just hate that song and hate us because of that song. And I think the England football team are just feeling the same way about it too.
Do you think they've got a good chance though in this upcoming World Cup? We've got a great squad of players. Thomas Tuchel at the helm. Have you met Tuchel, by the way?
Yeah, I have. I met him at Christmas. We were in the same place in the same hotel. I met Tuchel and I met Harry Kane, and I became 12. But like Tuchel is, Tuchel.
Who went up to who?
I went straight up to them.
Yeah.
But Tuchel he's funny. He's eccentric, and there is a madness about him which is intriguing, and you like him because of it. And I think for anybody to get to the top of the top of the top, there needs to be some form of madness. And Tuchel's got that. And because of that, and because of the squad of players that we have and the talent that we have, we might just tip it over the line. But we have a psychological problem as Englishmen, as an English team. It's the psychological problem that we have to get over. It's not because of the talent. We're not short on that. It's not for what we can do. It's how we think and how we get there because of our thoughts. And that's the last thing that we have to get over. And I don't know, it's sort of it's the mentality that we have to sort out. And if we do that, we can go on a run.
Yeah, I think we're going to win it. I don't know what you think. Do you think we're going to win it or not?
No.
You don't. What do you think? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just how you feel, right? You met Thomas. You were speaking to him.
Yeah.
Does he come across quite confident when he's talking about our chances?
Confident, eccentric, very nice man.
Great.
He can do the trick for us. I don't know if we can get over the psychological barrier because history has told us we can't.
Yeah.
But, I think that let's just say, I think that when that happens, I'll think differently about me as an English person.
Yeah.
So, I'm too scared to be incredibly positive because it's hope that kills.
Yeah.
I get affected by it. So can we win? Yeah.
Stop there.
Okay.
All right. Just before we move on, we've got so much to cram in. We have to talk about Soccer Aid. I touched on it ever so briefly. It's been going 2006 for 20 years.
Yeah.
Did you ever believe from when the idea was hatched that 20 years later we'll be not just talking about it, but the success, the money you've raised is insane, isn't it?
I only thought it was going to happen once.
Oh, that was
Genuinely, I never thought that I thought this would be a one-off thing. That was fun. We did that, and now on to other things. Here we are, 20 years later, and Soccer Aid as a phenomena is way bigger than I ever thought it would be. And I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm on here a lot, watching and listening to you, and people just mention Soccer Aid left, right, and centre like it's an institution.
It is.
And it always blows me away about what it's become. And if my career has led to anything, it's that's the most important thing.
Most surreal moment from your perspective?
My most surreal moment. I'm left back, Ben Shepherd's centre half, and I go to Sheps, Maradona, left shoulder, Maradona, Sheps. And then I just had this existential moment, like, what is my life? Can I tell you another story about Maradona? Okay, so I'm doing this gig up a ski slope, end of season in Austria, and I'm with my dad, and we're travelling down to the gondola. It's a big gig, but we'll get up there in a gondola, and my security goes, Maradona's here, and he wants to say hello to you. I'm like, Maradona in Austria? And like, yeah, get out of the car, and there's Maradona. And like, I don't speak Spanish. And, but we're very happy to see each other, and we have our pictures taken together, and we go up in the gondola, and my dad's like, what's your life like, son? I go, it's amazing, isn't it? People like Maradona want to come and see me, And then 2 days later, I'm looking at the news on the Mac, and Maradona is at the Chelsea game. And that Maradona hasn't got a beard at the Chelsea game. That wasn't Maradona that I met.
Do you know who it was?
It was an imposter.
What, claiming to be Maradona?
Yeah. It was an impersonator. Yeah.
So you met the impersonator?
I met the impersonator.
Nice.
Yeah,
You got
that
a
was
picture with him?
very happy to see me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should have told him it wasn't you.
Wow.
It was a Robbie Williams impersonator. Talk to Robbie Williams. We've got you for another 30 minutes. You're going to sing 2 more songs as well.
Great.
We've got lots more pop chat as well. You listen to Drive live on talkSPORT. We'll see you right after this.
Thanks, Kenny, big Liverpool fan. You're not King Kenny, are you, Kenny?
Well, I was nicknamed after Dalglish. I was born in the 70s.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
Named me after that because,
Brilliant. What's acceptable to you then?
Well, Liverpool got to win the Champions League. They spent all this money in the transfer window. They've backed the manager, and he's not delivering. He's changing the philosophy of what Jurgen Klopp had instilled after many years of mediocre success. Jurgen Klopp came in, put the philosophy in, built the club ground up. This guy is destroying it. The more he's there, the more influence he's having. You can see the results. He won the league last year because Jurgen Klopp's philosophy was still instilled in the players. Arne Slot plays possession-based football. They're coming the most boring side in the world. It's like when Van Gaal took Man United. I was at the Burnley game. The fans were shouting, attack, attack, attack. When Van Gaal was at Man United, the fans started shouting, attack, attack, attack. I can see the same parallel to Van Gaal at Man United and Arne Slot at Liverpool.
Kenny, Danny's here. I mean, those are strong points, aren't they?
Yeah, there's so many points. I thought Jamie Carragher's piece on Monday night regarding Liverpool was excellent. You couldn't really deviate from any of his points. The physicality of the side's not there. Mainly, a lot of the Premier League's changed a lot this season. Liverpool aren't able to cope with it. The long throw-ins, the set plays, they've struggled like mad. Dynamism isn't the same. And ultimately, when you break it down and you look at quality of players, in Liverpool's first team last season was Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Frimpong and Kirkez are shadows of those two players. Gakpo's playing on the left wing. He couldn't lace Diaz's boots.
Mm.
The quality's less. The team.
Not everybody's won round, but with so many teams still having something to play.
No news. No, of course there's no news. It's Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent. I'll tell you what the news is. The headline is pop legend Robbie Williams is with us in the studio. We've had him for 30 minutes. We've got him for another 4 hours. How nice is that? Is that all right?
Free to you.
What's the longest interview you've done?
Don't know. I've done like podcasts that have been 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Do you like doing interviews?
Yeah, I'm a narcissist and I like talking about me.
But you must get what I find nuts, right? What I find nuts is when everyone here knew you were coming, right? There's people in the offices that I haven't seen for 15 years. I don't even know if they still work at talkSPORT.
Yeah.
The sort of pandemonium, the excitement that you coming into building has generated is obscene, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen it. I'm lucky enough to hang around with you, and I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I get used to because it happens so infrequently. I'll see it once every month or once every 2 months. Do you get used to it? Is it tough for you?
Well, I'm fearful that it won't be there. It's a surreal world to live in, but I'm constantly going out on the pitch and trying to prove myself so these things stay with me, because without it, I'm getting deep, but without all of that, who am I? And I don't want to have to find out.
But you can't go to the shops, right? You can't.
Well, I can, but like I'm doing a meet and greet with the world.
Yeah.
And like I'm anxious as a person, and I do an extrovert's job for a living, but I'm an introvert. And so what people don't know is when they come up to me, they're meeting a very anxious person that's meeting a stranger. And that's a stranger meeting another stranger that they know very well. So I don't go out an awful lot. And that's completely fine. I love my life. I love what I've got, and I love my job.
But how do you deal with... So Jack, who presses our buttons, is a huge part of our show, right?
Yeah.
In our meeting yesterday, he said, Angels was the last dance at my wedding. Should I mention that to Rob? And I went, you can, but just be aware he's heard that conversation 4,000 times, right?
Yeah, but I mean...
No, I don't mean that... Obviously, I don't mean that in a rude way, but my question to you is how do you respond when someone comes up and tells you how important one of your songs is to you, but it's the 50th time you've had that conversation in a day?
So I know exactly how much songs mean to me, and I know exactly how much... what songs have done for my life, for my personality, for my soul, for my general well-being. Now, I'm me and I've generated that song, so I can't understand what it means to people because it's mine and I'm me inside of me. But when people come and say that to me, I know what these other songs mean to me, and I'm very grateful that I've generated something that does that. And for it to be part of somebody's life in one of the most integral parts of their life, first dance at their wedding, I know what that means. So as a songwriter, you want your songs to have a destination. And when people come up to you and tell you your song has got a destination, I know it's arrived.
Do you know when you write a song that it's going to be a banger straight away, or has there been some songs in your career where you've gone, oh, that's going to land nicely, and it doesn't, but then others you've gone, I'm not sure, and it's gone huge?
No, there's like I didn't know "Feel" was going to be a hit. I couldn't tell that. And now I've got like songs on this Britpop album that would have been huge in like 2002, 2004. So I know that I'm writing them, and I know that they exist. There was a song on the last album, the Heavy Entertainment Show, where I was so desperate to find a commercial hit to keep this thing going. The pressure was insane, right? And I'm writing with Johnny McDade, and I come up with this chorus, and I go, I love my life, I'm into the bull, I am me, I love my life. And as I'm coming out with this melody, I'm like, oh, this is a hit. I got so terrified that I was going to screw it up that I actually couldn't come up with a melody for the verse and had to get somebody to come in to help me because I was so terrified that I was going to take away this future success. And I was right about that song. It was sort of like my last big song. So, yeah, that's how it works.
You've got a small, I think, I can't compare it to anything, but a small team around you.
Yeah.
Right? I know Carl's an integral part of your life. You've got Jean, who does your makeup, who's, I think, the best makeup artist in the world. She's fantastic. You've got just a great bunch of people around you.
Yeah.
And I know that your daughter, Teddy, has just recently been in a film.
Yeah.
How as a father, do you deal with knowing what the industry is actually like? How do you deal with trying to guide her through it?
Well, here's the difference between Ted and me and my career. She has options. So I know that she doesn't have to do any of this, whereas it was either stack shelves at Asda or get an audition for a boy band and then see where it takes me. Now, what she doesn't understand is, like, she wants it more than I wanted it at her age, and I wanted it more than anybody on the planet. So I'm fearful for her in that respect, but also she's got a bouncer that's me on the door. I will not be letting anybody in. You won't be passing when it comes to my daughter. And it's the same with her mom. Her mom is so smart, off the scale intelligent. And, God bless, I'm done for with my wife because she just has me in circles. So she's got me with the brawn, and she's got a mom with the brains. She'll be absolutely fine. But she's got a lot coming to her if she wants to do this, because her version of it is all, roses and nice smelling things and adoration. She just sees adoration, and I get it. But that's a very small percentage of what this business and what this job is about.
Let's go back to talking about your albums. Bentley mentioned about, do you know a hit when you write one?
Yeah.
16 number one albums.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite?
This one.
This is your favourite?
Yeah,
Why?
this one. But always, whichever album's coming out is my current favourite.
Okay, all right.
And then whatever's happened is gone and it's dead. And then I'm on to the next one.
The tour you're doing at the moment, you're singing the whole first album.
I'm singing
and this
Live
album.
Through a Lens, and then I'm going to sing Britpop as well.
How was that for you, going back to your very first album, going through every single track? Was that good fun?
Oh, it was amazing. You talk about songs, your songs needing a destination for the song, and then coming and singing an album that came out 30 years ago and seeing everybody's eyes light up and this overwhelming sense that you are family. That's what it feels like. You are family, you are community, and to know that it's you that's managed to touch these people in that way feels very special in a way that I didn't feel the first time round.
I often wondered, thought process, was it easier back then to think about what to write about? You had so many different ideas, or is it the exact same the whole way through?
Well, your diary's much more interesting back then. You've got so many things going on, and you're so confused about lots of things. You're so angry about lots of things. You're so opinionated about lots of things. You go into places, you're being with people, you're doing, you're seeing, you're saying, and your diary is full, and then eventually you are a middle-aged man with 4 kids and a wife. So, I think that if you go through Britpop, the album that I've just done, lyrically, I'll just be talking about the 90s, because what am I going to talk about now? The kids are annoying me in the car. Shut up, I don't want to be a policeman for the rest of my life. You're costing me an arm and a leg, and I thought you'd know French by now. But that's just a useless education you're having, because you've got ADHD like me. Oh my God, you're expensive, and so is the wife. What am I going to do? You know what I mean?
That's on the new album. That's an extra, right? That's an Easter egg, that one.
Yeah.
Deluxe version.
You're going to sing another song for us. We've got 3 today. You've done one. You can do one more now.
Yeah.
You're going to do Stronger for us.
It's strong. Gary Barlow did Stronger.
Oh,
hold on.
Woo! All right, let's see what's going on now.
Hold on. You don't want to do Stronger? You want to do... my apologies. You're going to do Strong. Okay. A reminder that if you've got the opportunity to watch Rob on YouTube, now's the time to turn it on. And the last song I'll be doing a bit later on will be Angels as well. And when we come back, we'll have some fun with What's Happening, Robbie. But live on Drive on talkSPORT, this is Robbie Williams with Strong.
2, 3, 4. My breath smells of 1,000 fags, and when I'm drunk I dance like my dad. I started to dress a bit like him. In early morning when I wake up, I look like Andy but without the makeup, and that's a good line to take it to the bread. And you know, 'cause my life's a mess, and I'm trying to grow. So before I'm old, I'll confess, you think that I'm strong. You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm singing my song. My song. My song. My bed's full of takeaways, fantasies of easy lays. The pause button broke on my video. Is this real? 'Cause I feel fake. Oprah Winfrey, Ricky Lake, teach me things I don't need to know. And you know, 'cause my life's a mess, and it's starting to show. So before I'm old, I'll confess, you think that I'm strong. If I did it all again, I'd be a nun. The rain was never cold when I was young. I'm still about where I was young, and now I'm not young. Life's too short to be afraid. Step inside. Come on, why don't you do it? I can't do it anymore. You think that I'm strong? You're wrong. You're wrong. I'm singing my song. My song. My song.
Robbie Williams joins us for one more time right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
12 months ago, when Palmer was fit, who do you take, Fernandes or Palmer?
Palmer.
Yeah. Because now your excuse is he's not fit. Hence, we're not seeing the best of him, which I do agree with you. You have a point.
Here's a question
on
for you, Sammy. Man United, moving forward, Bruno Fernandes or Cole Palmer?
that. Moving forward, because you said moving forward, obviously Cole Palmer, because he's younger. And if he can stay fit. But look on the plus side, Fernandes is hardly injured.
No, he don't get injured a lot, to be fair to him. Doesn't get injured a lot.
No, the injuries are
produces every week as well, though, mate. I know, like, he gets a bad rap, I think, but man, you look at his stats in terms of chances created. It's ridiculous.
No,
Every
listen,
season he's top.
He's top drawer, right? But Cole, it seems such an unfair conversation because Cole Palmer has had this season on the back of the Club World Cup, one player of the tournament, by the way, right? We're talking about a serious footballer here, and it wasn't that long ago that he was being looked at as the next bright young thing in world football, right? And his injuries, it's amazing what injuries can do to you if you can stay fit. Now, maybe the Club World Cup has come back to haunt him a little bit. He's played a lot of football. He's had his groin issues. He can't get in the squad. He can't stay fit. He's got his own personal issues right now to get himself back into Chelsea's best 11.
Yeah.
When he's fit, he's in Chelsea's best 11. There's no doubt about that. When he's fit, he's knocking on that door of that England 11. There's no doubt. But at the moment, he can't. The conversation feels so unfair. And
Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent, and what's his name? Oh, Robbie Williams is with us in the studio. Still to come, we'll be hearing your questions in Robbie. Just quickly, Crystal Palace have agreed a deal in principle worth around £50 million to sign Strand Larsen. And in tennis, Serena Williams has refused to rule out retiring to the sport refused to rule out returning to the sport after retiring in 2022. A long time ago, Bobby. Hey.
It is.
Do you know what I've noticed? Is because I call you Bob, right? I don't know what I call you Bob.
Yeah.
Does anyone else call you Bob?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you and Darren.
Well, since I've started name checking you, but everyone else.
Actually,
what time's Bob coming in? I'm like, hold on.
Take that. All of Take That call me Bob.
Oh.
Yeah.
Won't mention them.
No. Have any of you seen the documentary?
I have seen. I've spoken to you about.
Have
it.
you?
Yeah.
Did you see all episodes?
Yes, I've seen all 3.
Okay. I watched it last night.
You come out of it really, really well. But
no, I don't.
No, you do on episode.
No. Episode 3.
Right.
But I sent that, and look, everybody out there in listening land and watching land on the YouTubes, go and watch the Take That documentary. It's heartwarming and it's wonderful, and it's a roller coaster nostalgia trip. I sent them an email last night.
That's nice.
And all it said was, "I've seen the documentary. I love you all. That is all. That is it." And they with a heart emoji.
I have to watch this then.
Can I just say, I've seen it, right?
Yeah.
As I said. And what I get from it is you, and this is my opinion, I've not spoken to you about this, you were managed horrifically and you were all way too young.
Well, I can't say that because
I know you. I'm saying that. You're not saying that. I'm saying that.
Okay.
But I felt for all of you.
Yeah, bless
because
us.
you were all way too young. Is my opinion. You've got a documentary coming out, right?
Yes, I have. Don't know when, but yeah.
I've okayed that. Your people told me I can mention it.
Okay, let's go.
That's fine.
Are you in it?
There's one bit that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Shall we do What's Happening, Robbie? Should we do it?
Yeah, let's go.
do it.
What's up?
Robbie.
What's happening, Robbie?
Yes, good work, you lot, by the way, because we can't do something like this unless you get involved, and you have. Lots of you have. This is WhatsApp Robbie, where we give you the floor to ask pop sensation Robbie Williams anything your heart desires. Now, in yesterday's show, I asked you to send in some of your voice notes on WhatsApp. You did it, and times 10, so thank you for that. If they got through, I appreciate it. If they didn't, I apologise. We'll try and use it another time and change Robbie to Bentley. Right, shall we go straight in with question number 1?
Yeah, let's go.
do it. Here we go.
What's up, Robbie? Robbie, if you were banished to a desert island, the question is this: what gadget would you take with you? And you were only allowed one album to listen to for the rest of your life. What would it be? It's 2 questions, Lee, but I'm allowed 2 questions. Hope you're well, mate.
Oh, bless you. I
think that's Ali McCoy.
Sir Ali McCoy. Yeah. Well, Ali, the album I would take would be the White Album by the Beatles. And the gadget that I'm always on my Mac. I know there's no Wi-Fi and all of that business. But
Guitar? Is that guitar?
No.
You can play the guitar?
I can play a few chords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be my Mac. I know that it'd be unusable, and we'd run out of power and all of that business, but my Mac.
Okay, good question. Thank you for that, Ali McCoy. Ali McCoy returns, I think, tomorrow or maybe next week on the second most popular show on talkSPORT. Right, time for the next question.
What's up, Robbie? How's it going, mate? Big fan. Here's a question for you, mate. Would you rather have your song Angels on loop on your head for the rest of your life, or have Danny Dyer commentating on your life, but you can hear his voice 24/7? Keep it up, mate. Luke from Benfleet.
God bless you, mate. I definitely Danny Dyer. I've just got the biggest man crush on him.
You used his voice, didn't you? He did a show with you.
Yeah, no, we did Park Life by Blur, and he came out and did the Phil Daniels bit, and you know, I'm beguiled by Danny Dyer. I love him to bits.
Yeah, I was there for that. That was when the Euros were on. Was it
Yeah. And we just watched
Euros.
one of the games.
That's
we
right.
just won on penalties, and then I went out and
you were on
performed in
stage,
front of
did it?
75,000 people.
Yeah.
An incredible evening. But I love that Danny Dyer is finally getting his flowers and becoming the national treasure that he deserves. Because like him and me were kind of like unusual, eccentric young men with very powerful personalities that could be deemed in some quarters to be overpowering and overbearing, and we suffered the slings and arrows of being in the shadows of our own existence because of who and what we are. So it's great that he's getting his flowers and becoming the national treasure that he so richly deserves.
I agree. It would be great as well, him commentating on your life constantly.
Oh, mate.
Here goes Robbie walking down the corner.
Oh, mate.
And it took full time, Daddy. What's he doing? Calls the bells.
I'd like to pay him to do that.
Listen, I'm sure he'd do that for you. Right? On to question number 3, please.
What's Rob here from Newcastle. Would you exchange all the accolades you've won over the years for the chance to play for Port Vale all the way up to the Premier League, captain them to the Champions League final and lift the trophy?
No. Because I'm really selfish. I think it's a great question. But, I perform and have performed at the San Siro Stadium with 80,000 people in the palm of my hand with just adoration flooding the stage, knowing every single words, and then ad infinitum to Bayern Munich Stadium or the Emirates this year, or there's the same in Australia, the same in New Zealand, down in South America. And, if you're a footballer, there's 10 other players sharing that. If you are me, it's just me, and it's what I've created. So I would love to imagine that in a parallel dimension that Port Vale could achieve all of those things, but would I want to swap it? Nah.
I can understand that. I don't know if Benny can, but I can totally get that.
No, you can.
My arms get, carrying you. Right, on to the next question.
What's up, Robbie? How you doing, mate? It's James in Croydon. Question for you. If you was doing a boxing match, what would your walk-on song be?
James, thank you for the question. Well, I think I would it's just straight off the dome. Yeah. Phil Taylor's a mate of mine.
Yeah.
And we're both from Stoke-on-Trent. I think that I would have to go with Snap the Power. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Until I think of something else, but that's instantly where I go. What would yours be?
Simply the Best, probably. Chris Eubank, I'd steal that one, Simply the Best.
Yeah. What about you?
I'd go Spandau Ballet Gold. And when they went gold, everyone goes, Steen.
Yeah. He's thought about that way too much, by the way.
I've used that as well, by the way.
Or something by, I won't do what you tell me.
Rage
Against the Machine. Yeah. Rage Against the Machine or the Beastie Boys. Sabotage.
See, that's where you needed, that's a great cheat. That's where you needed Danny Dyer to answer that.
Yeah.
Sabotage, Beastie Boys, mate. You needed that. Rob, sadly,
mate.
Hold on. Do you want to do another 15 minutes?
Can I?
Oh, you'd have to ask me that.
Can we stay? Can I stay? Is that all right?
You got to do one. You got to do your last song now, and then we'll have 15 minutes with you.
Well, I can't come back after Angels, can I?
Okay. Would you want to do Angels in the next part?
Yeah. All right. Can I look behind the screens? Does anybody from my management say, okay, we're good. We can do another 15.
Look, here's the next part of the show. That's how powerful I am. Okay. All right. That wasn't the next part. I was terrified to do it. More. I never thought I'd say it at R5, but more from the superstar that is Robbie Williams and Angels coming up live on Drive on talkSPORT after this.
Let's go to Zach. He's an Arsenal fan, right, Zach? Hi, Zach.
Arsenal.
Well done. Congrats. You finished top. Fair play to you.
Mate, I think that penalty was a bit stupid to drag him down like that. But apart from that, I'm happy, and I think we're gonna go on and win it all.
What do you mean?
I think we're gonna go in and win the Champions League, mate.
Do you genuinely believe that? Do you think you're the best?
I believe it in my whole heart. I believe it in my whole heart that we'll win. I don't have a doubt that we win.
I'm not convinced, Zach. I'll be honest. I'm not convinced.
You just said earlier you think they could as well.
Oh, of course they can, because they're a good team and they're top. But I'm not convinced they're going to win the Champions League. Reason being, you ain't won it before.
What is on?
You ain't won it.
But...
You're stumbling already in the Premier League. You played Kairat tonight. You made 11 changes. You won 3-2, but I don't know. I'm not that convinced with Arsenal. When it gets to the latter stages over 2 legs, I think you're going to I think you get found out.
What you mean is you hope they get found out.
Well, obviously I hope, but I genuinely believe. Listen,
they're in everything. 4 points clear in the Premier League.
I'm not going to lose too much sleep if Arsenal win the Champions League, right? I, as a Spurs fan, I have to take it on the chin. But I just genuinely think that Arsenal won't win the Champions League. I just don't think. I think there's better teams than you over 2 legs.
Look, I think your argument that we haven't won it is ridiculous because of PSG last season. They won it, but they've never won it before. Man City a few years ago, they won it. They won it, but they don't win it before, you know? I think it's our time.
And it is easy to say, I think they're going to get beat by someone. There are like 24 teams that could...
Yeah, I know. The 24 teams. If you get to I'm talking about latter stages. Barcelona over 2 legs.
Well, you think they're going to... Yeah, but whoever...
Not everybody's won round, but with so many teams still having something to play for last night, Simon Jordan says the new look Champions League is a success.
The new format was designed to justify more money and to play more games and to incorporate more broadcast deals, and it's worked because it plays more games. I sat there last night watching the Chelsea game, flicking between other games and looking at the table moving all the time.
No less than 5 of the top 8 are English clubs, and only Newcastle will have to go through the playoffs. But is one side being overlooked after a tricky couple of results? European football expert Andy Brassel has told us we should all keep an eye on Man City.
What a tune.
It's a Drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent. And someone has very cleverly just written in, and Robbie Williams, just in case I forgot he was still here.
Can I ask a question?
You do what you want, Bob.
Okay, so Darren, when you were playing for Spurs, being an Arsenal fan, you probably answered this question a million times, but I would like to know.
Yep.
Did you walk in every day knowing and feeling that you were an Arsenal fan and you were in the wrong place? Or were you able to pause that and put it in a separate room in your mind? And I know we're on the radio and you've got to be diplomatic, but give me your 100% honest answer.
Completely forgot I was a fan.
Really?
Yeah, you completely forget. Honestly, you're an idiot. You completely forget.
You'd forget for 75 grand a week, wouldn't you?
No, honestly, forget all the money side of it. You forget. When you become a pro, I was an Arsenal fan, yeah, of course, when I was a young kid. But then as you become pro and you start to play, that goes out the window.
Money amnesia, yeah. And now you revert back to being an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, through and through, yeah.
What? Yeah, I know. I watch and listen every day. How does your bit in Spurs history feel to you?
This is part of my career. Like, I still look back on it, proud memories, fond memories, obviously some tough times, some good times, but I don't look back at it and think, I was an Arsenal fan, I should never play for Spurs.
Do you almost forget that when you see a Spurs fan in the street or you're speaking to a Spurs fan? Do you instantly go, yeah, Darren Bent, Spurs player? Or have you kind of had amnesia for that bit of your career?
Not really. I still remember it, and Spurs fans go, some Spurs fans, by the way, will go, I can't believe you're a gooner. And I'm like, well, listen, we're all fans at the end of the day, but no, I still look back at that period with fond memories. Tough times.
You get it. I get it because it's a job. It's a paid job, right? 100%. And although he grew up as an Arsenal fan, right, he's an adult and he needs to...
I do. No, I completely and utterly get that. Life is life, and life happens at you, and you have to choose reality instead of this really weird place that people get tribal about their teams. Like with Jamie Carragher, right? And I'll probably see Jamie Carragher in a couple of weeks. But I still think there are huge elements of being an Evertonian in his heart, because Scousers just don't do that. It must be a weird fraction for him. Yes, he grew up a Blue. Yes, he then went on to be a Liverpool legend. But somewhere in his heart is, a boy with a Graham Sharp poster on the wall. I'm going to ask him myself. Yeah.
I'm sure Robbie Fowler's the same,
Was he an Everton?
I think so, yeah. And he was one of their greatest ever strikers, Liverpool.
Right. Yeah, I wonder how long you have to play for a club before that sort of drifts away and you become... I mean, if you sat Jamie Carragher down now and said, who's your team? what would his answer be?
It must
Well,
be
it'd be Liverpool.
It has to be,
It'd
right?
be Liverpool, and I'm sure that it would be Liverpool if you asked him in a restaurant, and Liverpool if his cousin asked him in his house. But when he goes to bed at night and he puts his head on the pillow,
Yeah.
I think there's blue in his heart.
Do you?
Yeah, somewhere.
Does he know that?
He's suppressing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's fighting it.
Yeah, but listen, I will ask him, and he will tell me.
okay.
Obviously, he's a red.
Let me bring it back to you, if I may, right?
Go.
We were talking about sort of football fans, how they feel about Benty being an Arsenal fan and playing for Spurs and so on. So you've been in the industry, what, 30 years, is that right?
Yeah, 36 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, 36.
Funnily enough, we said 1936. What?
A lot of work done. It's good, right? But so your fans, they would have been like teenagers, right? They would have been like 15, 16, and those fans are still following you now, like 30.
I am their football team.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Take that is their football team.
It's insane. Isn't
I separately am their football team, and I am loved and lauded, and in the same way that a football team would be, but just for fans. Yeah. I always think about that.
But you've got new fans coming through, obviously, right? When you go to one of your gigs, you've got our age, and you've also got the young kids.
But my gig's always been 8 to 80. When it was 1999, 2000, it was 8 to 80, and it still is now in 2026, 8 to 80.
Yeah.
Obviously, that gap between the ages in terms of your fans. When you're writing your music, in your opinion, you've had obviously several albums throughout the years, is the best era for writing music and certainly listening to the music?
Nice.
When was the best era?
Yeah, in your opinion.
Oh, mate, the 1990s was the last decade that we had.
Yeah.
It was the last decade that mattered, and everything has been homogenous ever since. The noughties was nothingness. The teens was nothingness, and now is nothingness, other than the most exciting and appalling time to be alive on the planet ever. But culturally and musically, it's to coin a Alan Partridge phrase, it's moribund, and that's not their fault either. I just have this feeling that music's full, and the doors shut in 2001. Everything that could be said has been sung. Every note that could be played has been played.
That?
Yeah, I do. And then every now and again there'll be an outlier that will pierce that. But you just have to look at the charts. In the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, every single one, top 30, top 50, banger after banger after banger after banger, and still remain in the hearts of everybody that lived through that period. And now you look at the top 10, you won't remember it next week.
No.
And, I know there's a nowism and a middle-aged-ism about the thing that I've just said, but I genuinely believe it. And it's nothing to do, it's not the fault of any of the artists that are coming up now. It's just like, we've done everything, we've said everything, we've videoed everything, we've been everything, and good luck, but it's over.
Enjoy the music, kids. So going back then, right? Because if it's all done, there was a time when, of course, it wasn't done, when you were writing hit after hit. I'm always curious, because everyone's different with this. Talk me through how you write a song. Do you get a melody in your head? Do you go...
Sometimes it's a melody, and then I'll just get my phone out and I will sing it into it.
Hold on, go back a little bit. So you'll be watching the telly, or will you make a conscious decision, right, I'm going to write a song
Give
now?
me a subject.
Cheese.
Yesterday I was thinking about eating something. So I went to the fridge and I opened the door. I found something. And it was shredded old cheese at the back of the thing. So there is melody, and there is a hodgepodge of lyrics that just came out of my head, and you just put out your fishing rod and see what happens, and then drag it back. Quite like that. Remember that.
Is that stronger, by the way?
That was stronger. Yeah.
But you
and it's daft. You said cheese, so I sang something daft, but that's how a song starts.
But will you sit down and go, right, I think I'm going to write a song about cheese, and then you'll write out not cheese, but will you consciously sit down and go...
10% of my brain is always working and always listening to things that people are saying, and then I'll put it down.
So all my life, let's talk about that. How did that come about?
All my life. Oh well, not all my life. What's strong?
Okay.
For example,
It's stronger, but go on.
Stronger. Well, you know, nothing happens the same way. I mean, a lot of the time, Owen and Carl will send me backing tracks, and I'll say, "Oh, I love this song. Can we do something like this?"
Spice is a good example.
Yeah. Go on then. Talk about Spice.
Well, Spice was a backing track that stopped, but we then went away. And Rob put most amazing melodies and lyrics to a backing track that was formed. That was the first song to come out of the Britpop album 6 years ago. That was written, but it develops over time. And when Rob does lyrics, he goes away like a board and just chips away, makes them, improves them.
I whittle and I chisel. But, you know, I'll write down on my phone in my notes an idea for a title, and then I'll just take it from the title. Or if I sit down and listen to a backing track, I'll just see what comes. I'll put out my fishing rod and see what I reel back.
Okay. In a minute, we're going to let you go. You're going to finish. In a minute, you're going to finish with Angels. When you look back at that, I mean, it's one of the biggest and greatest hits ever written, not just by you, but ever. What are your fond memories of that day when you were filming the video, or when the song?
I don't have any fond memories of the day, because I was in a very bad place. Okay. I was in a very bad place when I wrote it. But it's like Soccer Aid. You know, Soccer Aid is bigger than anything that I could have thought of or imagined. It exists somewhere else now, out there, being this monolith, whatever you call it, and so it is with Angels. It's like it's from me, but it's not mine now, and it's bigger than I could have ever imagined, and it's given me the career that I've got today. So I'm incredibly grateful for it. Never get bored of singing it. Love how much it means to people, and I've generated that. Feels good.
Wow. Sadly, our time is up. Bob, I love you. Thank you so much.
Bless you,
You're a
mate.
superstar.
Lovely to see you.
Yes.
For the last time today, Robbie's going to make his way to the
hockey.
I was going to say performance area. What you can do? Stronger, or you can do Angels? You're going to do Angels. Okay. This is the song that everyone in the building, everyone that knows me says, you've got to make sure he's going to sing out, and I'm sure he will, and he is. Robbie Williams has been with us for the last, hour and 50 minutes. If you missed any of it, you can pick it all up on talkSPORTS YouTube channel, or you can go to YouTube and watch now. This is Robbie Williams with Angels.
I sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Or do they know the places where we go when we're growing old? 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead. In your cars, on the buses, I'm loving angels instead. Everybody, and through it all, forsake me. I'll love in angels instead. When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down a one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. And as the feeling grows, she breathes flesh to my bones. And when love is dead, tell me, and through it all, She offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, and down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Gary, Owen, Carl. Still got it. And through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection. Whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving drive time instead.
We'll be back after this, live on Drive with talkSPORT, everyone.